So this is a video I've wanted to make for a little bit. I kind of touched on it back when I first did my original video about mop booleans, but I think it's time we had an actual discussion about how to make interesting pieces to subtract from your meshes. Now the reason this is interesting is because you're not building, like typically what you think of, like, oh, I'm going to make a countersunk shape or something. You'll want to subtract the hole, then add stuff into the hole, then maybe subtract stuff from that. But there actually is a much more efficient way, which is to build the entire shape, copy it out, invert it, build a shell, and then use it as a single subtractive. And the beauty of this is you can create a whole set of presets and almost like a kit bash library for Booleans. So let's jump in, look at the technique, and then let your imagination go. And one quick note I wanted to pass along before we get going on this video. If you like the stuff I do here, and you find MODO interesting but you don't actually have it yourself, the Foundry offers a 30-day trial, which is totally free for MODO. So you can download it, you can try all the stuff I'm showing you, and see if you like MODO for yourself. So I just thought I'd mention that. I don't think I have before. So now I have. Oh, and there's the URL. Okay, so we're not going too crazy. Let's just say we've modeled this sort of an inset for our mesh, and we want to turn this into something repeatable that we can use over and over again. And we want to use Booleans. This is just straight sub D right now. So to extract this bit out, that's the first part. So let's go ahead and select all the parts that are inside. You only need the parts that are going to be inside the subtracted area. So we'll copy this, make a new mesh item. Why not? Okay, then we'll select the edges, and we will extend. So I'm getting used to these new handles right now. I discovered that if you turn on the local checkbox when you're using edge extend, you get these handles that do all sorts of like neat stuff when you drag them. It's a lot handier than activating the tool, dropping it, and then and you're having to use like local coordinate systems and all that. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's another video maybe. Then I want to seal this mesh. What did that do? Something stupid. All right. Well, yeah, because the top's not flat. So let me grab this again, flatten out the top, drag it up. You want to drag it up to give yourself enough, space to space to get things done later. I'll throw some quick cuts in here to subdivide the top correctly. Grab that, we'll give it a weight. And each of these sides gets a weight. And then when I subdivide everything, the inside of the hole looks the way I want it to look. All right. So if I come back to this mesh, let's go back to this mesh and let's just delete this deco part from the hole. I should just do it a little smarter. Grab these, delete that edge loop. Okay, so now we have a completely clean mesh. And I'll show you how we can take this subtractive mesh we just built and apply it to this other mesh using Booleans. Okay, so let's go ahead and set this up with Booleans. So we'll turn this main cylinder into a mop Boolean, the base of it. Actually, one thing I forgot to do here is this subtractive mesh is not going to work like this. If I tell MODO to subtract this mesh, it's going to cause problems because it's inside out. So I have to fire a hotkey. There we are. To flip the shape to the negative version of itself, which is just doing a flip on the polygons. Not complicated. Then once I have that, I can set that up to subtract from the main mesh. So you can see this looks the same as it did before, except for this bit of hard edging in here, which is easily fixed with some rounded edging and that kind of thing. And I have options. Since it's now a live Boolean, I can pull it up and have it intersect or push it down further, or however I've set up the mesh. So when you're setting up your subtractive, make sure you're setting it up in such a way that you give yourself some flexibility. You give yourself some extra height and whatever other controls you think you're going to need. And now that this is sitting here, I can do a clone on the subtractive brushes. Pull them out, although that's a few too many. Let's just knock it down to 2. Pull this out. And you can see now how you can just stamp that same detail all around the mesh. And really, that's about the long and the short of this tip. I just wanted to show real quick. Here we go, rounded edges. I just wanted to show real quick how you can apply some simple thinking to build up a library of, let's say, recessed screw heads, or those little sci-fi scoop things with the bolts in them, and little shapes to cut out of edges of panels. Whatever your imagination can come up with, you may be able to apply here and give yourself some flexibility. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.